Welcome back for another video. I'm Eharbad, a free-to-play early game player in Raid Shadow Legends. Here we are with the 2023 challenge account, and I wanted to make this video exactly at the 24-hour mark, but we're more like 26 and a half hours. The last 2.5 hours I've just been relaxing, had a takeaway, watched a film, and just needed a break from Raid, to be honest. So unlike the majority of the other content creators, I wasn't able to start at clan boss reset time. I was still at work, so I started about 8 hours after clan boss reset. So I got a bit of catching up to do, but we are progressing okay. I wouldn't say we're progressing fantastically, but it's okay. So before we take a look at the account where it currently is, what I have done as I've been playing is I've been taking a series of screenshots of moments that I thought might be interesting. So what I'm going to do is jump over to that, and then I can talk you through the series of images we have and why I think they are pertinent. And then we'll look at the account where it is live in the game, get a little bit of progression done during the video, and talk about the direction I'm going to take it over the next, say, 24 hours. So the first notable event was I found an ancient shard in the shop and happily snapped that up. I also discovered that upgrade a champion to rank 4 was not retroactive, even though I thought it would be. Or rather, I actually thought it was retroactive. So I'd already ranked Aethel to rank 4 before I got onto this mission, and ended up having to only actually complete the mission once I got one of my first food champions to rank 4, which ultimately was on my path to making Aethel a 5-star. I did Sacred Order Stage 3 in the faction crypts yesterday, and just made sure I used the rest of my keys there, so I tried to go as far as I could. Stage 4 was a step too far at that point. And yeah, I just basically wanted to get any glyphs I could and any forged materials I could, and these will be useful in the future. Even rank 1 glyphs, cannot underestimate how useful it is just to get those incremental additional stats versus what you would otherwise have. Every little counts. Thereafter, I got the 3rd Ascension on Aethel, which unlocked the secondary aspect of the A2, basically gives the additional 15% crit, an important step in terms of having a stronger campaign farmer. I then took a screenshot of just appalling challenges. They're just so painful working through all of the sewers stuff. I really think that Plarium need to review the challenges aspect of the game. The requirement to farm useless stages of campaign, particularly Act 1 and 2, it's just ridiculous. And I had appalling RNG on the getting attack percent and then getting the 3-star all from sewers. I was in there hundreds and hundreds of energy doing all of that. Anyway, did the dungeon challenges, part 1 of 5, another ancient shard there. Artifact challenges, pick up a nice couple of rare books along the way, etc. Like, all of this is well worth doing, I think, right at the beginning of the game, because you need to be farming anyway, and the resource penalty for doing it now versus later is smallest in terms of, inefficient use of energy. But you're getting it done and you're getting valuable resources in things such as you do get energy back, but you also get books and shards, etc. I then was able to beat Hallowed Halls Stage 7 with this team. And this was basically my main kind of farming team, was using Aethel, War Priest, and Chunuru, and then Jaeger's food in this instance. So basically I had 3 champions carrying the rest. Similar situation onto Brimstone Path, so we completed normal shortly after, although this time used Berserker in that food slot. Did give him a little bit of gear just to make sure that we were able to get through this without having any issues. The general premise was I didn't want to lose stages, because my view is a lost stage is a wasted bit of energy. There were a couple of instances where I did fail a stage, but I really tried to keep that to an absolute minimum. So even this stage 7 on Act 12, I did actually beat it first time. And I was trying to judge the power I'd need for each successive stage and act to decide whether I could use food, how much food, and kind of just preempt and be as efficient as possible. But it's not always easy to necessarily do, particularly when you just don't have very good champions or very good gear. I then did pick up a Conqueror in Act 1 hard, who I'm hanging on to for the time being, because I think the A2 will help me potentially strip the shield on the magic keep, and I believe there is a quest or a challenge for that coming up at some point. So I'm just keeping Conqueror in the back, in my back pocket, so I'm able to do that at some point. He is the wrong affinity for it, so it's a bit weird, but it's useful to have just in case. Here is me going back and getting that 3-star chest to finish the final one of those. Well, actually, the boots were the last one to finish the last part of that stage 4 of 10 on the artifact challenges. So you can see, even after I've beaten all of normal, I'm then having to go back to the sewers to do these ridiculous challenges. What I would like to point out, if we go back to the screenshot with the boots, is I was using all 4 food champions. I wasn't actually using any. In fact, none of these champions have any gear on them at all. So I was purely using champions that I was going to use as food to do this kind of ridiculous throwback challenge aspect, to try and make sure that I was being as efficient as possible. So I didn't have any wasted energy into my main champion, who would get leveled up on the harder stages and in the food farming, but also probably was max level at that time anyway. So I was using purely food champions. Yeah, I got a shield guard. That was what the screenshot was for. I mostly had been farming after I beat normal. I went back and I was mostly farming the Deadlands stage 3. I really wanted to pick up a copy of War Maiden, which I actually unfortunately haven't been able to, despite having farmed this stage a lot. One of the reasons I'm there is experience per energy is actually quite good. I can't quite solo stage 12-3 on normal. Basically, until Aethel is in lifesteal, I think that's going to be too hard to do with a single champion. At least that's what I was finding. I did try it once or twice, and like I said, I didn't want to waste too much energy messing around. If it wasn't going to work, I just dropped back to a stage where I know the affinities line up quite well, the X penalty isn't too bad, and there's that chance I can get copies of War Maiden, which is something that I think I'm going to need in the long run. So I'm trying to fill multiple birds with one stone, And then, in having farmed that Deadlands stages for a while, we then got the 5-star Aethel. And then the biggest achievement I've had in the first 24 hours was actually winning one classic arena defense, which is part of the challenges, and it is not easy. I mean, we are really, really very weak. So that is the end of the little video history. We now jump back into the account itself. I've still got a little bit more to do on the artifact challenge. Basically, I just need to level up 4 more artifacts, and then we'll get another rare book. That won't take too long. Unfortunately, we don't have any instant upgrades. We do have some champions to be summoned. Otherwise, it's just kind of general ascension, upgrade, and win a campaign battle, which we will do at some point, but that's going to take a while before we have 4 level 40s, I'd imagine. But we will get there. It'll just take a bit of time. On the dungeons, we need to do this at some point, but I'm not going to stress about getting this done too quickly. I'm basically going to wait until I get missions that line up with these challenge objectives. And I know that we will get them, so I'm trying to leave it until something lines up, and then on the arena we're pushing along quite nicely. Another ridiculous quest here with the upgrade attack bonus. I do actually have enough medals to upgrade another one, and I know we're going to have to do these two to level 1, but I'm holding off it in case there's a mission, and I can't remember if there's a mission to upgrade, and I can't remember if it wouldn't be retroactive, so I just thought I'd leave it. So in terms of the missions themselves, we're on Clan Boss. Got to get 500,000 damage to the Demon Lord in a single day, effectively. We did 2 keys already today and got 400,000, and I've got 1 key to do now, so we should be able to finish this today. We're doing pretty poor damage on the Clan Boss, as we have no Poisoner. I haven't managed to get a Monk yet. And then we got a bit of Dragon Slayer to do. That'll be easy. That's done. That'll be easy. That shouldn't be too bad. Won't take too long. That'll be quite easy. So, by midway through tomorrow, we should be finished with the first page of missions. As I mentioned, I've mostly been in Deadlands, which is Act 9, Stage 3, and I've just been here farming most of my food here. Aethel's able to do it alone, which is important, which means I'm not wasting any energy with having 2 kind of core champions that are carrying 2 food. I'm able to use 3 food. So basically doing this, we're able to get 30-40 experience per food champion per run. Each run is 4 energy, so that's 760 energy. Sorry, 760 experience per champion per energy per run. Normal 12-3 would be 891, so a significant improvement. But if I, say, went to some of the hard acts, at least the ones that I think I could farm solo, I'd actually get less experience per energy per run. So for me, based on what my Aethel is currently able to solo, Deadlands Stage 3 is actually really the most efficient stage for me at the moment. So I'm getting good experience per energy. I can get copies of War Maiden, although I haven't. I've picked up 3 copies of Berserker so far, but no War Maidens. I have picked up some copies of Shield Guard, although I'm not intending on actually using him, but I will keep him in reserve just in case. Might be useful for faction wars or something. So that's my rationale for why I'm in Deadlands Normal. In terms of why Stage 3, well, it's because shields sell for the most silver, and I want silver. But actually, why not live with you guys? Let's jump into Stage 6 and see how much of a boost to our energy, how much of a boost to our experience per energy Stage 6 would be versus Stage 3. And also, given that my Aethel is now full 5-star level 40, bear in mind I was farming this when Aethel was 4-star 40, might actually be able to do Stage 6. I thought it looked like it would be too difficult for him when he was only a 4-star champion. So we get 3-1-2-0. So yeah, it's a little bit better, but not by a lot. 2.6% better. If we jump into Arena quickly, show you what is going on there. Let's try and find a fight that looks winnable, probably this one. So I picked up a Commander in Act 1. I did so in hard Act 1 when I was going through. I was hoping to pick up Commander. I really like Commander, although you really do need this booked out, otherwise it's pretty poor. But I basically just lack support. I kind of lack champions. That's why I really need to pull these ancient shards, to be honest. But that's basically where we are. I'm mostly just doing these full auto. I'm not particularly fussed if we don't win 100%, but I find the quick heal from commanders pretty useful. It allows one of my champions to cycle back pretty quickly, and then given that I have 2 damage dealers, 2 supports, I tend to win a good number on full auto, as long as they're similar kind of player power to me. It's usually okay. So if we click refresh, a couple of legendaries there. It's a bit worrying, but maybe we'll give them a go. Like I said, I'm not massively worried if we lose a few fights. Like, it's really not that big a deal. And you see there with the little turn meter fill that we get from Commander. So it's all going pretty well in that regard. You might be asking, where's my Jamasa? And the reality is, I need someone to help with the referrals. There we go. There's another challenge. Win 5 in a row. Not too bad. So in terms of the referrals, I have had 2 people do them. Basically, people I know through Discord. But if one person could volunteer to do the 3rd referral, that would be appreciated. Just let me know in the comments if anyone can do it. I would be grateful. I do think Jamas would be really helpful for us if we were able to get her. In terms of the new starter tournament, we're currently 3rd. I don't know what this person is doing, how they've got to 4,200 points, but I mean that's a lot of points, very much so. There's not much else to say about that. This is energy, so I'm going to leave that for the time being because I don't know if I'm going to get it done before the end of tonight. And then, so let's jump in to Clan Boss, see where we're going with that. Has now gone to Affinity. You can see all these Outlaw Monks absolutely ripping it. HP burn, Poisoners. That is basically how you do damage. What we have here, this is not how you do damage. It's gone magic. We've got triple spirit. It's all gone pretty wrong. Let's give this a go. We'll do it manual this time. We need to get 100k basically. That is where we are, really. So let's just see what we can do. I'm going to hold back the heal until someone takes some damage. Let's buff ourselves. And get some damage out. This is the reality, is if we don't have poison, you don't have HP burn. Really, it's poison. Poison is where it's at. You're going to struggle to do damage on Clan Boss. The other way is once we get Masteries and we have War Master, so once we have a 6-star with Masteries, then we can do good damage even without poison. But even having just one champion with War Master, you're still going to struggle versus people that have Poisoners, you know. Poison's just that important. I'm keeping the quick heal because I'm going to wait until this champion has died. Ultimately, I really want it to be going on a champion that's going to do more damage. We've got the critical part, which was we wanted 100k. So at this point, let's just hit auto. Let it roll out. And the quick heal got wasted. That's exactly what I was trying to avoid. But I mean, we'll get some kind of Clan Boss chest. It's not going to be great though. We desperately need a Poisoner. So I keep pulling mystery shards, hoping that we'll get an Outlaw Monk. I keep checking the market, but we've just not been lucky. So there's nothing you can do early game if you have no luck, you have no luck. One thing that is unclear is, will the champion chase show for me or not? There has been debate to do some more energy work, but I guess we can go into Dragon's Lair and do that. So yeah, there's been debate whether to pull the Ancients today or pull them tomorrow, on the basis that we might potentially get the champion chase. I'm actually in some of these other events, and they've got much lower score requirements because like I'm low player level. So these are actually quite achievable. I'm going to end up getting this Ancient here, I'd imagine. Needs another 100 Dungeon Diver points, and in terms of champion training, these resources will all come in handy. So let's just pick them all up. Warm-up event. Realise we were in that, but somehow we were, and we got 30 points. Who knows? Odd one. Anyway, 50 energy, not the end of the world. But again, I'm going to leave that for the time being because I'm really short of energy. So that's where we are. I'm going to hold off summoning the Ancients until tomorrow. I will do a quick video sort of updating. I'm going to see if the champion chase drops for us. If you are able to do the referral, I would appreciate it. Please let me know in the comments, and I will share the referral link to whoever wants to do it. I don't want to spam it and just like put it in and then have like 8 people trying to all do the same single referral. And yeah, so that's kind of where we are. Need to get on and do this arena refill as well. So we're trying to manage the resources in a efficient way. We are level 28. The Forge will come at 30. That will be a big boost to us. We're progressing on the missions. We're progressing on the challenges. We're starting to build up the food to get our first 6-star. And like, it's all going fine. We could be more progressed in campaign, but it's not really something that I'm worried about. Like, I'm only up to stage 6, but I haven't actually tried. Like, I just, if I'm here, I'd have to use at least 2 champions that are built and then 2 food, and I'd rather drop back, actually get higher experience per energy, which I found that even at Palace of Aravia, even stage 6, I get less energy per champion I get less experience per energy per champion, and I'm only able to use 2 food. So it's much more advantageous for me to be in normal. So this is where I'm going to sit. I know other people are probably doing different things, probably is working for them, but this is what I'm doing. So, you know, everyone can do their own thing. I've given my reasons, and that's all I can do, really. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.